we're here. It's the 14th of August 2003 and I've just made base at the house on Jura Street. And the time is now 1:46 AM and I'm starving. I shall remain awake throughout the night, hoping to find some paranormal encounters and maybe hoping to find him.
Okay. Sorry, I could not resist a biscuit.
You still haven't answered my question.
Would you mind switching off your light device, please, or at least pointing it away from my face?
Well, an introduction would be good. Any time today.
I'm the Doctor. And you?
I'm Skye. Skye Walker.
Is the Force strong with you?
I beg your pardon?
Star Wars? Your name? Skye Walker? Oh, somehow it fits all too perfectly. I have seen all of them, by the way. Not to spoil things, but the 12th film is a bit of a letdown, to be honest.
Well, I've never seen them.
You've never seen Star Wars? What year is this?
2003?
2003? Well, you must have seen the original, surely.
No, sorry. I spend all my time investigating. I can't remember the last time I sat down and watched a film, actually. Oh no, I tell a lie. Me and my brother went to go and see Ghostbusters at the cinema. Sorry, I don't know why I'm telling you all this. I don't even know you.
I'm afraid I've got one of those trustworthy faces, Miss Walker. Yes, you don't know me. But you will. Now, I very much like to indulge in conversations about simple lives. And now you're saying about your brother? I'm fascinated. Please, do continue.
My brother? Why do you want to know about Ben?
I don't quite know. Well, he seems like a very decent fellow, Ben. He took his sister to the cinema to watch a classic. Yes, that's what makes him a decent fellow. Looking out for his sister. So what does he do? Is he a Ghostbuster?
He is a paranormal investigator like myself.
Was?
I'm sorry?
You said was. Past tense. Well, I'd like to know more about your brother, because if I were a decent fellow like himself, then I wouldn't allow my sister to go wandering around an abandoned house this late at night. Alone.
Well, my brother went missing about 2 months ago now. And this was the last place he was spotted. You know, and the police did their investigation and they couldn't find anything. So I've decided to do a little investigation of myself. And, you know, alive or dead, I just want to know what's happened to my brother.
Well, why are we just standing here in the midst of this conversation when we could be searching for your brother at this very second? Come on! Oh! If you're a paranormal investigator like your brother, then I take it you're hoping to catch a glimpse of a ghost sighting tonight.
Yes and no. My brother's my main priority, but there must have been some reason he was in this house that night.
Well, there can't be any other explanation. Ow! What was that for?
I'm sorry, I...
Thought I was a ghost? Huh. Far from that. Worse than that.
Worse than a ghost?
Yes. But only when I get things wrong, which isn't very often. Well, usually on Wednesdays.
You're completely mad.
But you're still listening. Ooh. I like a walk-in cupboard. I wonder if they have biscuits.
break-in, the body of only one of the teenagers was found. It had been presumed he'd fallen out of the first floor window, and a police officer passing the property at the time saw him and called an ambulance. By the time the paramedic arrived, there was no police officer, there was no young boy. They were gone. paramedic died in hospital 2 weeks later. However, he managed to file a report before he died about the officer having reported it in and the boy gone missing. That paramedic is my uncle, Harry Lyons. I'm his niece, Samantha. I'm currently sat inside the abandoned property on Duress Street. It is Thursday, June 2nd, 1988, 12:59 AM. The police got nowhere, so I decided to come back, and I'm taking matters into my own hands to find out what happened to the 4 boys my uncle escorted. Hello?
Doctor, how many people have been here? What are you looking for? What are you doing?
Hello?
It strikes at the hour. Skye, get away from the walls. We have 1 hour.
That apparition, it was reaching out to me. Was that gonna kill me?
It was, but he didn't. Somehow it disagreed with that device that you're carrying. What is it?
It's a handheld detector. Like a detector for ghosts. It calls out to them in a way.
If I may.
Right, so this entity thing, what has it been doing to all those people?
The entity latches onto the souls of the trespassers who enter this house. They arrive either before or after the clock hits the hour. Once the clock strikes the hour, the entity appears and consumes its victims.
So, what does that mean for my brother? Doctor, is my brother dead?
No, it seems that way. Due to your brother's disappearance, I'd imagine that this entity would have stopped him from escaping, much like all the previous victims.
But what of their bodies?
I imagine that your brother's body, much like the previous victims, would have faded away.
When we were kids, we'd always said we'd go out fighting for what we loved. Investigating, but I can't believe he's gone. I don't want to believe he's gone.
No one's ever really gone.
But he was an idiot for going ahead and dying without me.
You don't fear death?
I'm not afraid of dying.
You have a brave heart, Skye Walker. We have 55 minutes to come up with a plan, beat the entity, and save Skye Walker. I'll keep this for later. Come on. Now, I know it's not a ghost, but it's quite an impressive sight, don't you think? Well, I think it is. It adds character to the room, I feel.
Am I missing something? That thing's huge. How did it even get in here? Is it a ghost?
Not everything is a ghost, Miss Walker. This is far more important than any ghost or entity which has stepped forth into this or any other dimension. The monument amongst ghosts and entities throughout the universe. This is my home, my spaceship, my go-to travel. Say goodbye to planes, trains and automobiles. Say hello to the greatest travel machine in the universe, or any universe. Skye Walker, meet the TARDIS.
Spaceship. Okay. Can't just leave.
I can, but you can't. Once you stepped into this house, the contract's terms were fulfilled.
But you stepped into this house too. You fulfilled the contract. Surely you must be in the same predicament as me.
The entity only latches itself onto living human souls who enter this house.
So you're trying to tell me that you're not human?
Precisely. But I'm one of the good guys. Unlike this particular species, forming itself into the form of an apparition to lure in its prey.
So it's not a ghost?
Sadly not. You might want to make a note of that in your recording.
Which bit? That the ghost is not a ghost, or I'm now in the company of a man who's not a man?
Take with it what you will. Now then.
Hold on. What's your story? What are you even doing here? How did you even end up here?
Accident. I got crumbs in the console. Again. Anyway, you're forgetting the most important question, Miss Walker.
What question?
The question which might just change your life forever, depending on the answer.
And what would that be?
A mad man who's not a ghost, but also not a man, not a human, not of this earth, who just so happens to have parked an incredibly large police public call box in the centre of this living room without tearing down the walls. A box that is not a box, but a spaceship which can travel far away from here once this entity, this extraterrestrial creature who abides this house, has been ridden of this house and this dimension. The question depends on your answer, Miss Walker. Do you trust me?
Where are we going?
To the attic.
Why have you kept putting my detector?
Question. Can a ghost that is not a ghost defeat a ghost?
You asked too many questions.
Says the person asking me a question.
I was curious, that was all.
Aren't we all? Your detector scared our little friend. You're the paranormal investigator. You know more about this than myself.
suggest there were a couple of visitors with us in the cupboard.
And what was in the cupboard?
The belongings. The belongings of the previous victim. But you said...
Yes?
You said they were souls.
A ghost is a soul. The entity reacted to the sound of the noise because it cannot bear to hear the sound of its victims. The entity isn't just removing the souls from its victims, it's collecting them. They're still here. Oh, my screwdriver!
Well, if you just opened your eyes, you very well wouldn't have dropped it down there.
Don't swear, it offends my ears.
Bloody.
Yeah.
Bloody's not a swear word. Have you ever had a drink called the Bloody Mary? Oh wait, no, you're not human. You probably haven't.
This might surprise you to learn, but I do know of that drink. In fact, I must have had 2, maybe 3 of them in my lifetime. It's not the finest of beverages. Oh. 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 It's an entity. It's not human. It can play tricks on your mind and tease you until it's your time to die. Well, that's just showing off.
It's not giving us very much time.
It missed out on you at 2 and now it's getting impatient. Ah! It's not just collecting the souls like some kind of antique. It has no choice. Your detector is calling out for those victims. All those lives. All those people who step forth into the entity, but it can't bear to hear the sounds of its victims. It's not just an entity. It's a stroppy old neighbour who can't stand intruders.
Why are you getting so giddy? I've only got 2 minutes.
No, you don't. When I say run, run. Yes, we'll do just fine. You'll thank me later. Come on, run! Leave it, I will get you you another one. I'll make you one.
Really?
Yes, now let's get out of here before this house buries us alive.